What's up, everyone? It's Gabbie Trades here, and welcome back to the Coin Bureau Trading channel. I basically analyzed the market and found 5 key indicators for a bull run. But before we get rolling, you guys, I'm going to show you all that. But don't forget to smash that like button. Please make sure to subscribe if you are new here and hit the small bell notification so you always get notified when I'm live here with you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I don't know where everyone is from, but we're gonna jump straight into it. And while we give time for everyone to join over here, I know you guys take some time to join. You're not very much used to live streams, but here we are on the Coin Bureau Trading channel doing live streams. Oh, here we go. We have Miko Escobar. Hello, hello, hello. All right, 28 people. That means that we need to have at least 28 likes by now before we start discussing everything. Okay, CT, hello. Hello, everyone. All right, so first things first, we're gonna just have a quick word on the news. We're not gonna talk big game on it because it's not much really going on besides the usual. We know that we have the Trump rhetorics that are going on over the Chinese economic hostility, what they really call it. So all right, I just got some information that my audio is low. Is that true? Is it the music or is it my sound? Because my sound is on max really. So let's just reduce the music a little bit so maybe you can hear me a little bit well. What is Eric Trump on about? I don't know, you guys. Maybe we have to go on Twitter to find out. I haven't really seen what Eric Trump is on about right now. All I remember from this week is soybeans, cooking oil, etc. All of that economic hostility, like I just said a minute ago, that pretty much set the stage for all of this, drop. Now, what does that mean? Well, basically, it's the whole thing is escalating. It means controls. We have controls plus threats. It really means that there is a lot of risk on the table right now. The first thing that's going to be hit is usually the supply chains. They're going to get stressed. So you're thinking semis, mega tech, they will just falter. And then you have the defensives. We saw what happened to Walmart. And save heavens, of course, to be the ones to catch a bit. Most importantly, we also had Powell's speech. Basically, he gave a dovish hint. I wasn't sure at the beginning whether this speech is going to be another pre-recorded speech like the one we had last week, but basically, he is still concerning. He's still concerned about the hiring. He says that it's a mounting risk, but most importantly, he hinted that the cuts might be nearer, and he suggested that he could also wind down on the balance sheet runoff a little bit earlier than expected. Now, why does that matter for us? By the way, if you want to read the whole speech, you can find it in the federalreserve.gov over here. It's about a 2,000 word read if you haven't seen the speech. But anyway, so all of this is pretty much meaning that we're going to get softer yields, maybe weakening dollar, and that is all going to be a tailwind to gold and rate plays in general, unless we have any sort of trades that completely tear everything down. Most importantly to note over here, in terms of performance of the TradFi, you guys know that the TradFi is leading. So basically, we had the tech that was lagging and volatility came back in. But the importance in all of this message that I'm going to give you right now is that breadth health. What does that mean? When breadth holds, it means that the small caps and equal weights are outperforming versus the mega caps. And we saw that with the Russell 2000 that finally caught up and made new all-time highs. Of course, the VIX also climbed up as the sentiment got very, very fragile, and we saw what happened to gold as well, every day reaching record highs. You simply cannot short this asset at all. Now, the interesting part is that oil fell down as well, and if you come back, so oil futures post back-to-back losses. So basically, the oil is down bad at the moment, and if you can see here on the weekly performance, we have the energy that is performing very, very bad. And then of course, we're having the consumer defensives and utilities outperforming and technology lagging behind just after energy. Now, I want to also remind you, energy is important because energy is a huge part of the CPI data, right? Which we didn't get released this week because the government is shut down, and which has been set to release instead on the 24th of October now. So we have the cut rates 29th, if I'm not wrong. Let's see. Fed Watch, yes, 29th of October, 95.7% chance. And we're expecting the CPI as well. So any good CPI result that we've had so far, and we've discussed together on this channel, has been good mainly due to the fact, where's my groups? Mainly due to the fact that energy has been performing badly, right? So that is going to help the CPI report. So that's a hint to us that we might get a good CPI read when we come on the 24th of October over here with the BLS releasing the data, right? Anything else that I have here for you? Well, fear and greed slightly moving, still in fear. Earlier this morning we were at 31, now we're at 33, angel number, I don't know, whatever, but it's simply still in fear, right? So everyone is fearful right now. Geopolitics, I cannot believe this is the most bullish month for crypto. Wonderful content. Could you please express your thoughts on Chainlink? Absolutely, you guys. We're gonna jump straight into the charts right now, and as I promised you, I'm gonna tell you why and how I see the bullish signals are still very much here. And it's not a secret to anyone on this channel that, by the way, we were sort of prepared for this dip, right? Anyone that was watching our lives together, you guys, if you're happy with it so far, I think we've done a great job. I think you should press the like button right now. And also, by the way, I'm gonna go ahead right now and check how many likes we have. You guys, you know I like to do that. So we have around 80 people here live with us. Yes, I'm not paying for YouTube ads. Martian Earthling, hello. We have 27 likes, so we need another 60, 50 something likes over here. But I just wanted to remind you quickly, guys, for all the amazing offers that we have also under the description box of this video, right? A lot of welcome bonuses, especially Tabbit is outperforming on bonuses over here. So if you're looking for a place to trade, Tabbit, I think it's ideal, because also, by the way, they're just gonna give you, as soon as you register, they're gonna give you $100 welcome bonus, but that is only and only if you're registering via the live stream link, right? So you're going to receive 100 contract voucher, right? All right, so now that that's done, I also wanted to tell you, make sure to follow my main YouTube channel, because I dropped some alpha on my trading today, because a lot of people say, oh my God, Gabbie, it's too complicated. I don't understand what you're saying. So today I decided to explain a little bit more on how I formulate the biases on a daily basis, which you guys can see very well are most than not correct. I do want to remind you guys, right? As every trader, me, myself, I've been very profitable this week, last week, but the thing is, right, you have a winning streak, and then as a trader, only the good traders are going to understand that in the chat box, you also get losing streaks as well. So far I'm on a good streak, so I'm very, very careful, because this might end. Do you know what I mean? Okay, we're talking BTC right now. Let's go. All right, so we saw each other on Tuesday last when I was live here with you guys, and I tried to warn you that this week is going to be a bearish week, and by that I meant you could take buys. I took buys and sells this week both, and you can trade both sides. I just want to remind you, when I say that the bias for the week is bearish, that means that you're more likely to trade easily more shorts than longs, and you might be able to profit a little bit more from shorts rather than longs. And what did we also say about this week's price action is that we expect for the price to be in a very, very tight range, bouncing from supports and resistances. Now, the main and more critical thing for Bitcoin was that we need to hold around the 110K area, because if we lose that area, then it will become way more likely for price to start retesting the wick, right? This big week from the Friday liquidation, very unfortunate. But yeah, price is showing weakness right now, continues to show weakness. So yeah, let me just tell you quickly how basically I traded this week with you guys or without you. If you are following my main channel on YouTube, you probably know what I did. But the idea for this week is that we opened in a very weak position, right? Don't forget, we had the true month opening on the 13th of October. This is what I've been telling this channel for months on end, right? Q4 for me is starting after the 13th of October, 1-3. I don't want to mention that the liquidation happened before that, but for me, I've spent enough time on the markets to know that my timelines make a lot of sense. So if I were you, I'd pay close attention to this. So usually, right, when you have the opening over here, you tend to reverse usually, right? So we kind of saw a similar reversal over here, and right now we're currently still ranging on Bitcoin. So what I want to point your attention to right now is specifically the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame on Bitcoin that is not looking that bad. Okay, the weekly time frame on Bitcoin is not looking that bad, at least as of now. So what was most important was that we hold these three high levels. So these three valleys over here, what I like to call them. I would like for this week to close a little bit higher, right? But not higher than 116K. I am not expecting for Bitcoin. And honestly, if the week closes above 115.6K, this is going to mean for me, and listen carefully, if the week closes and next week we open above 116K Bitcoin, I will continue to maintain my bearish bias. You heard that right. So I prefer for the week, this week and next week, to open below the 116K mark. So if anyone is like hoping for big returns this week on longs, potentially could happen even tomorrow, right? Today was also a possible day, but price is very, very weak. It's just continuously bouncing from the daily SR flip over here. If you see DS on my chart, that means that that is a support/resistant SR flip zone, right? So as we can see, price is retesting that area again and coming back to retest 110K, from where there might be buys, they might not be buys, we'll see. I saw on Twitter, by the way, yes, you guys, make sure to hit that like button. I saw on Twitter, by the way, that Trump is planning a speech at like 3 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know if that's true, but if that's true, let me just tell you something. My experience in the market is saying the following. If a presidential figure usually speaks officially, the markets tend to create a wick and then sell off, right? This is what usually happens if we have a political figure speaking, and that is going to completely destroy any technical analysis that you have had, right? Everything goes out of the window in case you have a political figure speaking. So that is why Trump has, you know, he likes to talk a lot, and that has been disturbing the markets a lot. So we need to be very, very careful of that. So for Bitcoin, like I said, let me just quickly recap for everyone to understand. I do prefer for price to close this week and open later on Monday, right? Before our stream on Tuesday. I'd rather have price to be placed anywhere below 115.6K. That is going to give me a little bit more bullish bias. Until then, you guys, I continue to maintain my bearish bias, which I gave you earlier on Tuesday, right? Very simple. And if you go and follow my main channel, again, check all the offers that we have here for you guys. If you're looking for an exchange, non-KYC or KYC, whatever you want to call it, global, non-global, on my main YouTube channel, you're going to find the video that I released today on what I do with the true month opens and true week opens, how I mark them, and how I use them to create a bias formation. Okay. Just trying to see if there is anything else I missed for Bitcoin. Yeah, right. So the thing about Bitcoin is, right, if we lose the 110K level right now, honestly, there is nothing pretty much stopping price to drop down and retest the entirety of this wick. Right, I have marked some levels that the wick could potentially hold at around 108.16 or 107.2K Bitcoin, but that is not a given. So the thing about Ethereum, okay, let's move to Ethereum 15 minutes in. The thing about Ethereum that we spoke together on this channel, we said that it's a very, very highly probability for this candle over here to be retested, right? This level. So that was around 3,500 level. It was very, very likely for Ethereum to retest that level. Now, the idea over here is we do follow ETH BTC very, very carefully. We follow Bitcoin as well. I personally hope and think that from next week, buy opportunities are going to occur finally. It depends on how we open the week, of course, but what we don't want to see is any weekly closes on Ethereum below 3,500. I will continue to repeat that because if that's the case, honestly, you guys, then you have to go ahead and open the monthly time frame. And then you would realize that on a monthly time frame, you have a huge fair value for Ethereum price, right? All the way between what is that, 2,900 to 3,300. So that's a massive monthly fair value that could be revisited in case we don't hold the 3,500 on ETH. All right. Okay, you guys already started giving your alts in the chat box. I like that. Make sure to like the video. I haven't checked how many likes we have, but in my opinion, we should have at least 120 likes by now. Okay, Solana. So on a weekly time frame, Solana is looking extremely weak right now. Extremely weak. On the weekly time frame, it's not looking good at all. We've already crossed levels. Let's actually delete this. We don't need it. Just for more visibility. But like the weekly time frame for Solana looks bad at the moment, right? Looks so bad that I don't even want to look at the weekly time frame at the moment. If I open the monthly time frame though, Solana looks very, very fine. The reason for that being is that when I evaluate a higher time frame range, I like to use what I call my range model theory on a very, very high time frame. So for me, when price is hovering at the 0.5, you can see at the 0.5 for Solana of that massive price leg that we're trading is coming at around $154.54 for Solana. So that for me is pretty much the threshold of how Solana is or might perform. So basically, the idea over here is that if price rejects the 0.5 of a range model theory price leg, that pretty much for me is a signal that price wants to come in price discovery. So I'm looking for Solana to trade above $295.9 eventually, hopefully very, very soon. But for now, it is showing signs of strength. And I'm going to repeat it again. The bull market for me is going to be over if Solana starts pretty much trading below 154.4, right? 154.5, 154.4. If we start trading on a monthly with body closes below here, for me, I'm pretty much done with all this, right? Okay, yeah, continue to put your requests in the chart in the chat box, and then I'm going to look at them one by one since we're done with Ethereum, Solana. Let me see for Solana if there's anything else I wanted to say. Yes, so basically my threshold for Sol, right? My threshold for Solana is around the $191 in between 184.66. Now, if we don't manage to continue holding that level, which we're trying to hold right now, which is a very, very real level. I don't have to draw it for you guys. You probably can see the rejections of price from this specific level historically, right? Very real level. I'm not imagining it, right? Down here where price rejected so many times, then broke, then retested over here, then broke again, retested, finally broke again, and now is trying to retest one more time. So I'd like to see this level hold, and honestly, if we start losing this level, that is not going to be very pretty on Sol, right? How do you see Link? Okay, we're gonna start with Link because we had several requests for Link. I have been reviewing Chainlink a bit, so let's have a look at it, right? So the situation for Chainlink is the following, all right? Before the sell-off, this used to be a buy breaker block over here, so that used to be an area where price needed to hold to continue trading higher. However, that didn't happen and price sold off quite aggressively, so now that turns into a sell breaker block area for me. At around $22.8. Now, the thing about $22.8 is that also it's kind of like a weekly support, right? With the help of my indicators, again, you can find these indicators, go and get them. Honestly, you guys, they're over here, Gabbie Trades indicators. Have a look, open the link, and honestly, I've created a video on my main channel again, which is down here. Go and check the indicators because they're very, very useful. They're going to give you all the support and resistances that actually matter. Okay, and the liquidation prices as well. And don't forget to check and sign up if you want free money to trade with just by signing up. Try Tabbit and look at all the offers that we have here for you. Okay, Link. So the thing about Link is, to be honest, it is extremely hard to construct a trading plan with the current price action on Link. Pretty much on any altcoin as well. These are the bad news, you guys. In the certain environment, it is not very hard to trade Bitcoin. In fact, it's very easy to trade Bitcoin, to trade Ethereum. But the other alts such as Chainlink or whatever, it is a little bit hard to construct a trade plan specifically for a buy, right? That you would like to hold. It is very nice to see here with the indicators. I can see another level of support that we had at $9.4 with which the liquidation wick held quite nicely. Okay, but Link, right? For me, Link is untradeable until price starts trading exactly above $22.22. Anything below $22.2 for me is not a confirmation, and this price could simply continue down. Right? So if you want to be a conservative trader, if you don't want to be a trader who's going ahead and trying to catch bottoms, I strongly, suggest to look at that level and understand that that was the last time that buyers had some sort of control, okay, before they completely lost it. So that level is important to be regained in order for me to maintain whatever bullish bias. But even with the wick on Link, I must say, Link is not one of my favorites, but whatever, they are applying for ETFs and it might become one of my favorites very soon. But the good thing about Link is that the wick actually didn't create new lows and it respected the 0.236 of my range model theory, which is a discounted area within a price range. It respected weekly support within an area of discount. So I consider that it's not a healthy retrace, but it could be considered as one in a different scenario. Of course, not the scenario that we had last Friday. But in a normal scenario, I would actually respect that and I would really like that to continue trading to at least $41.8 at the very, very minimum, right? Link below 200 moving average is not my favorite yet. So I don't trade 200 moving averages because they don't work, okay, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. A lot of people use the moving averages, but yeah, it's very hard to construct a trading plan based on a 200 moving average. But I guess since it's a moving average, it pretty much sort of matches my trading idea at the moment, which is the level at $22.8. I don't know where your 200 EMAs are. Maybe I can put them on, probably not right now. But yeah, I assume that it's around the same area. Okay. If institutions are buying Bitcoin in Ethereum ETF and treasuries also hold Bitcoin in Ethereum, should we get out of all other alts? Well, this is the point that I'm trying to make with you guys, right? This is the point that I'm trying to make. The thing is, institutions are in, right? And money flow is going to flow into the ETF coins, in my opinion, from now on. Anything else is going to be a pure gamble. Like we saw what happened with ARRR and all the privacy chain coins. They were exploding while everything else was dumping. They were up like 20%. So this is something for me that I can't really predict, right? I'm not over there looking at projects, reading at, you know, white papers and things like that. This is not what I do. I'm a trader. So if I see a chart that looks good, I'm going to trade it. If I see a chart that looks bad, but it has very good white paper or like utility, I don't care. If the chart looks bad, I don't touch it. For me, it's simple as that. Okay. And then we have TAO. I don't know if you guys have any other requests. Chat box needs to get a little bit more active. Let me guys know if you want anything else. See, so TAO is just another one that it's just a little disappointing, right? Because the, you know, the liquidation came below zero levels of my range model theory. So the wick actually came to about $121. So very, very bad. Currently, literally, you know, the only good thing is that it's shown most strength out of anything else. And we have this liquidity just before the Friday liquidation. I think we were looking on my main channel for TAO, which was this one. So that was pretty much the target. And now we have swept that liquidity. You can see very clearly how price is rejecting. Again, I'm going to remove the indicators and just notice how much more clarity you can get on the chart adding the indicators. Again, you guys, you can find them under the description box of this video. But anyway, so now that becomes a very, very important zone for TAO, which is around $462. The important thing is that we are currently trying to hold daily support. So I kind of like that. I kind of like that a lot. So there is a possibility that you can catch a bid right now pretty much on TAO. And yeah, if everything goes to hell again, you do have a fair value on this price in between levels of like 330 and 378 as well. Okay. Okay, so someone is spamming Theta or something. So let's have a look at this coin. I pretty much don't know what that coin is, but we're about to find out right now. First things first, we're gonna look on the higher time frame, of course, weekly time frame. Okay. This is not entirely terrible, actually. This is not entirely terrible. It has reached to very, very significant levels, but currently it does have it does have a little bit of support on a weekly time frame down here. So again, you know, you can potentially catch a bid literally right now. If you want to be a bit more safe, maybe you want to wait for price to trade above 0.8879 up here if you want to make a screenshot. But the good thing about this coin is that we do have double liquidity. So we've taken the lower side, and you know, maybe you can see $3.8 on that, which is not bad at all. Currently trading at support, that's around 580, almost 570 4%. This is good, right? Not many outs are showing any possibility like that. Most of the outs are showing like 100, 200 max. Okay, so yeah, I'd suggest yeah, you could potentially catch a bit. The bottom though is not confirmed. Extremely risky if you jump in right now, in my opinion, if you're looking at it or if you're already trading it. Extremely risky, but you are at very strong support right now. So you either fail that and you continue to retrace, and if you want to be a bit more secure, you wait for the coin to trade at the very minimum above 0.7333. right, at the very minimum there, and then for even more conservative, above 0.889. All right, Jordan Crypto, oh my god, man, hello, welcome. This is our new host. Very happy to have Jordan here. Hopefully he appreciates. I can't wait to see your style, mate. I'm actually very excited to see how you trade and what's your take on the market. Okay. Okay. PANGU. Stanimir with his PANGU requests is always the same. Always PANGU. It's kind of funny how I remember these things. Okay, cool. So that's already played out. Fine. Okay, so PANGU, I think same thing as we discussed last. To be fair on PANGU. Daily time frame, weekly time frame pretty much shows me the same thing. You would want for price to recover to be more safe, right? You would want to recover. The safest thing you could have done, and like I said also, I don't remember if I discussed this on my channel or here, but this was a very good buy down here. Very good buy around here, even all the way up here, to be fair. So all of this zone, if retested, I don't know how many percentages. If we can enter that on leverage, that's 50%. I don't know, it's crazy. But yeah, we could potentially, or you just wait for a little bit more price action on the daily, on the weekly, to be able to find a little bit more entries. For now, you can't construct a trading plan. You can't construct a trading plan anywhere below 0.0327. So we just need to continue monitoring these coins to find an entry, because right now you are literally gambling if you do anything, and I don't recommend it, honestly. Like, yes, you guys, make sure to smash the like button. Thank you, Gabbie. Just finished recording our second video. They're hot. Oh, yay. I can't wait. Okay, cool. Virtuals. Of course, we're going to do virtuals. Virtuals. What do we have here? Mixed chart, whatever. Let's get some Chinese charts over here. Yeah, so virtual overall in the price leg, not too bad. Not you know, considerably worse. No, that's wrong to say. Not as bad as many altcoins out there right now, to be fair, you guys. Not as bad. If you're looking to trade to try and, you know, construct a trading plan, again, extremely difficult right now on a daily time frame. Again, I'm going to give you some of the levels that I'm looking at. I would not want to be involved until price reclaims this level over here. As you can see, we're talking about $1.083. Anywhere below this level currently, as price is trading, in my opinion, is risky. And I'd prefer the weekly time frame. You know, even if you look at daily, it's not even that easy. So around $1.1, I would say, body close on a daily, on a weekly, around that area is going to help me construct a little bit of a better trading plan. But usually, if we didn't have the liquidations, I'm going to tell you right now, not a bad level to re-enter, right? I mean, to enter. But if I had traded this, let's say if I had predicted that move, for example, my stop loss would have been definitely hit with this little extension down here, right? 32.2% move most probably would have been out. But yeah, in a normal situation, these retracements are very, very healthy. As you can see over here, you have a similar scenario with this, right, where price tapped into it, because usually I'll put my stop loss right below it. This buy over here was a beauty, okay? But for now, that's in the past, and this would have been liquidated. So all we can do is just monitor the charts very carefully and wait for levels to be reclaimed before we can say safely that we're out of the woods, okay? My 2 SL still not hot, considering adding to bring my entry down. My hit. Okay, yes. Glad you understand. All right. Aerodrome, actually, this was not too bad. Last time I looked at it, it's Arrow, right? Arrow is this one, right? Am I wrong? I think it's this one. No, it's not this one. Hold on. It's just Arrow, right? This one? No, this one? I think this one was not one of my most hated charts. But again, I've already marked the levels for this. Again, if you're looking for any constructive trading plan, at least above 1.1. Anything below is just a retrace. You could potentially retrace even down to 0.66, 0.55 if you want to make a screenshot. This is the areas aerodrome that I'm looking at the moment. To hold, of course, within the range model theory, 0.7665 is also an area that could hold. So let's see. All right. Yes, you guys, make sure to smash that like button if you haven't, and really appreciate you being here. You guys, again, don't forget to check all of the offers. You get free money just by registering, and make sure to follow my main YouTube channel if you haven't done so far. Extra alpha, more live streams, and make sure to be here on Tuesday for our next live stream. You guys, thank you so much. I'll see you soon.